Live from KSAT 12, the 6 o'clock news starts right now.
We have the heat, we have the humidity, and we're just waiting on the rain. Chances improve for us to get some much needed rain as we head into tonight. So who will get some rain and just how much? Adam Caskey will have the latest track and the timing coming up in a few minutes.
This has torn me up, and I want justice for my son.
A grieving family and San Antonio police both asking for help tonight, help in tracking down a killer. 40-year-old
Christopher Olivares was found stabbed outside a neighbor's house on Saturday morning on the near southwest side.
Garrett Berger visited his home today and found a grieving family and friends who are relying on your help to get justice.
Flowers and candles have piled up on Christopher Olivares' porch in the 300 block of Kirk Place in memory of the 40-year-old who his mother describes as a happy person.
Outgoing, helpful, joyful, always willing to help others and have friends and family around. That's my son.
There's no joy today, though, as she wrestles with the fact her son is now gone and he won't be there for any more family gatherings.
My heart is broken.
Others stop by to pay their respects for the friend who always had time for them.
You got a problem, you'd be there to talk to you, be that open ear to listen.
The pain is still fresh, and there are more questions than answers. Police believe Olivares stumbled from his home to his neighbors, possibly looking for help before he collapsed. He was found Saturday morning. Police also think the killer took off with Olivares' car, which was found today and is currently being searched for evidence. Whether that will lead to Olivares' killer isn't clear, but his family hopes anyone who knows something will say something.
If there's anybody out there that knows who did this, please come forward.
I want justice.
More of Olivares' loved ones have gathered outside of his home right now for a vigil. You can see the crowd here behind me. We've seen some strong emotion, including some tears, as people waiting for justice. Perhaps not for their pain to go away, but at least for some answers. Live on the southwest side, I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Garrett. The Bexar County Medical Examiner releasing the name of a motorcyclist killed in a crash late last week on the west side. Ramiro Betancourt Gonzalez was headed south in the 1300 block of South General McMullen when someone turned in front of him, according to police. Gonzalez slammed into that car. He was pronounced dead there at the scene. Officers say no charges were expected against that other driver.
No charges expected against a driver the police say ran over a man on the northwest side early this morning. It happened along I-10 near La Cantera Road about 3 a.m. this morning, about 3 a.m. Officers say the victim, wearing all black, laying in the road when he was hit. The unidentified man died at the scene. The driver that hit the man says they didn't even see him until it was too late. We're told they did stop and try to help.
South Texas Border Patrol agents with a multi-million-dollar heroin seizure. Officers say they stopped a tractor trailer at the Camino Real cargo facility in Eagle Pass. This was hidden in the walls of that trailer, but discovered by Border Patrol agents using non-invasive imaging equipment. More than 1,200 pounds of meth. The street value of those drugs, more than $24 million.
Checking on TransGuide this afternoon, 281 south at Loop 410 west, and you can see what's kind of common for this time of day. Both traffic backed up on 410 itself, as you can see down below, and the ramp from 281 to 410. Well, an HEB truck driver hit a major safety milestone today. 4 million miles without a single traffic accident in 41 years of driving for the company. He was greeted by his family and HEB partners as he marked his 4 millionth mile, escorted by state troopers. You see him there? Sarah Acosta was there as he was celebrating.
Lots of cheers, signs, and even mariachis greeted Danny Guerrero as he pulled into the HEB warehouse facilities today.
Only the second driver in the history of HEB to drive 4 million consecutive safe driving miles.
Out of all the miles I've driven, no problem. This last 17 miles coming back to 30 minutes, It was stressful.
Guerrero has been with HEB for 41 years. He says when he first buckled up and began driving for the Texas grocer in the 80s, he didn't think he'd get this far, this safe.
Unbelievable. It's happened quick. Didn't expect it. Starting at the age of 21 to be at this level. So yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Only one other HEB partner has gotten to 4 million safety miles. That was Andy Corona. 300 other HEB partners have hit 1 million safety miles. Guerrero really keeps it simple, not even using maps or GPS.
I don't know how to use GPS. I just get out there and I'll exit. I look at billboards, I look at signs, explore.
And if he wants to break the record and go for 5 million safe miles...
No, I think that's enough. I just don't know when I'm retired, but I'm at the age of whenever I can choose to.
He credits his safety achievement to driving the speed limit and the support from his HEB family.
If it wasn't good, we would not be here this long. All the people that we have here for 40, 50 plus years, if it wasn't good, we wouldn't last long.
Sarah Acosta, KSAT 12 News.
For more than 30 years, State Senator Judith Zepharini has been representing the 21st District. She is currently the second highest ranking senator and highest ranking woman and Hispanic senator. She recently spoke with Erica Hernandez about her career and her hopes for more Latino representation in the Capitol.
I work very hard for the people and with the people. And because of that, we are very much in tune to the same issues.
Since 1987, Texas Senator Judith Zafadini has been working hard for her constituents.
But also to consider the testimony of the many witnesses who expressed their deep concerns.
She has a 100% voting record, has sponsored and passed 1,160 bills, and has no plans on slowing down.
Every session, I want to do more. Every session, there is a new issue.
What some might not know is that the senator is the first Hispanic woman ever elected to the Texas Senate. While she is proud of that distinction, she also wishes there was more Latino representation.
It was a good thing to be the first, but it was disgusting to realize how long it took and the fact that we don't have more. It's a very sad thing.
Madam President and members, it is my pleasure to co-author Senate Resolution 242 with 16 senators.
She hopes that will change soon and encourages boys and girls of all ages to realize they can do anything they set their mind to.
If someone like me from a barrio called El Cuatro in Laredo can grow up to be a senator with a PhD, they can grow up to be governor. So I don't ask them to be like me, I ask them to be better. I don't ask them to match my accomplishments. I ask them to surpass them.
Thank you, Madam President and members. I move adoption.
Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Let's take a look outside with Sky 12 this afternoon. You can feel the moisture in the air. We're waiting on these storms, Adam.
Yeah, we do have some storms developing out there, but not a whole lot to speak of currently on the radar screen. You look outside and you can see, we've got some clouds moving in. It's hard to tell from this camera, but we have some high clouds moving in from some storms near Del Rio, and that radar will continue to fill in as we go through the evening hours. You look outside and it's 93 degrees. That's what it is. You see some of those clouds that I mentioned. We're looking off to the west. There you have them. They're blowing in the high clouds from thunderstorms closer to the Rio Grande. But 93 degrees, that's after a high temperature of 95. So we were feeling the heat today, and this is the big picture. Big upper level swirl over Colorado. That's the upper level disturbance that's helping to swing some energy through not just our area, but other parts of Texas as well, all the way up I-35. And this is going to continue to develop some showers and thunderstorms through the night. That's what we're anticipating. As for the timeline, I think the greatest chance for heavy rain around San Antonio is about 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. But you look at the radar currently, nothing around San Antonio. We've got a few hit or miss showers closer to Goliad and Victoria. You go farther southwest of town, a little bit of activity is developing down there as well. But overall, most of it is outside of our area. And as we go through the night, we expect the rain chances to rise. Rain chances rising, and I think peaking a little closer to midnight, give or take. Of course, we're watching the radar trends because we're getting outflow boundaries out there, and that can change that timing for us around here. All in all, though, it's looking like a nighttime event here with pockets of heavy rain, especially around midnight. And some of them could linger into the morning commute. A few lingering showers to start the day tomorrow. So there could be some delays for the morning commute. Otherwise, we'll clear out, especially by tomorrow afternoon. So this is just round one of some widespread rainfall. More rain chances, of course, in the works for later on this week. And we're going to talk more about that coming up, Myra.
All right, thanks, Adam. It's a question we've all asked ourselves a version of. Are Americans giving up on a future without COVID? According to one survey, it appears that way. A Kaiser Family Foundation survey showing 79% of adults believe COVID will continue at a low level like the flu, and we'll have to live with it for the foreseeable future.
Unvaccinated Americans appear to be slightly more optimistic about COVID's future. 18% of them think COVID will be eliminated in the U.S. Just 13% of vaccinated adults said the same. We'll have an update on the city and county COVID numbers on our latest local coronavirus update coming up next.
Just about time now for the first COVID-19 briefing of the week from city and county leaders. The numbers keep trending in the right direction. We've got the county now offering booster shots as the city prepares to do the same at the Alamo Dome.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what this update includes. We know on Friday, the first day that those booster shots were provided at Wonderland of the Americas Mall, something like 1,000 people came and got those booster shots of Pfizer. Let's go to City Hall right now and listen into the briefing.
Curian, who's our Assistant Director of Metro Health, and this is our COVID-19 update for the San Antonio community. We have some more good news this week. According to our weekly progress and warning indicators report, we continue to go in a downward trajectory in the number of cases of COVID-19 being reported. In addition, our hospitalizations, ICU admissions, and number of people on ventilators have all decreased compared to last week at this time. This week, our positivity rate is roughly the same. It's now 5.0%. While we see some improvements in our hospitals, it's important to note our overall health system remains in the upper end of the high stress score, meaning there's a lot of volume in the hospitals because of COVID-19. With all this considered, our indicators are improving. So your work is continuing to pay off. Please keep masking up regardless of vaccine status. And if you're unsure about getting vaccinated still, I encourage you to consult with your healthcare provider, and you can visit covid19.sanantonio.gov to get answers to your questions about the vaccination. In terms of cases, today we're reporting 441 new cases of COVID-19. Our 7-day moving average now has gone down to 616. Thankfully, there are no new deaths to report tonight, and we have been below 100 new admissions over the last many days, so we're thankful for that as well. Below 100 new admissions per day. You remember those were over 200 just a few weeks ago. In hospitalizations, there are 723 patients in area hospitals with COVID-19. There were 72 new admissions the last 24 hours, 257 in the ICU, and 130 on ventilators. 80% of patients in area hospitals are unvaccinated, and we have 21 pediatric patients this evening with COVID-19. Let me turn it over to Judge Wolf.
Yeah, thanks, Mayor. And it looks like we're headed in the right direction, but we still got a good ways to go. I was out and got my vaccination last Friday at the Wonderland site. I was surprised how many people were there. I think we ended up doing 1,900 vaccinations on that day. That's the booster shot. That's the Pfizer booster. Moderna has not been approved yet. We did another 1,200 yesterday there, and then we've done about 900 so far today. So we're glad to see people getting out and getting boosted. That's those that are 65 and older, or those that have some immune problems or some underlying thing that presents a serious threat to them can also get that. It's interesting that they're working on developing a pill now that might take the place of the monoclonal antibody infusions that we're doing out at the Bexar County Expo Hall. Every time someone goes there, it's costing the taxpayers $2,100. And obviously, it's the unvaccinated that are almost predominantly there. So the pill, if it gets developed right and comes along, should be a heck of a lot less expensive than that. There's a good report released by the CDC analysis. They covered 520 United States counties, and they found that if the school put in place a mask mandate, they were a much better shape than without it. A more detailed study of some of the ones in Arizona showed there was 3.5 times more likely to experience an outbreak if the school didn't mandate the mask. So that's why the mayor and I have been fighting so hard to protect children. And let me tell you what the impact has been since there's been so much misinformation on that, since there's been so much opposition from the governor and from the attorney general. As of September the 19th, we've had 154,444 school children pick up the COVID in the state of Texas. At that same time, 28,601 staff also have picked up COVID. So you can see the dramatic impact if you don't protect your school children. I've never been able to understand why people would oppose to protecting our school children by requiring them to wear a mask. So we're on the right track on most of it, but still problems in schools, and we got a long way to go yet.
We do, and I appreciate that, Judge. And many of you have asked about the booster shots for those who are eligible. Metro Health will be offering booster shots of the Pfizer vaccine to eligible individuals ages 65 or older, as well as adults 18 and older if you are considered to be at high risk of severe illness from COVID-19. And that starts tomorrow.
All right, so those booster shots starting tomorrow for the Alamo Dome site administered by Metro Health. As we mentioned earlier, Wonderland of the Americas, that mall site is up and running for those booster shots provided by University Health in the county. And we heard there from the judge who said that he was surprised at how many people were out there last Friday, the first day those were being administered. 1,900 booster shots given of the Pfizer vaccine last Friday.
Yeah, and the downward trend continues in what we're seeing in the positivity rate, now at 5%, the positivity rate. Only 723 patients in our local hospitals. 80% of them are unvaccinated. 21 pediatric patients are in our hospitals. That number has tended to be pretty consistent between 20 and 30. Would love to see that get lower and lower.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's turn to the weather now. We are watching a lot going on this week, but especially what's to come tonight, Adam.
Yeah, we'll have some peaks in our rain chances, first of which is tonight and then again later on this week. Let's get right to the radar and take a look at some activity that we have out there right now. Nothing locally, a little bit farther southeast of town and especially up toward the Edwards Plateau, and you get closer to San Saba and even Brownwood. Off to the west, northern Maverick County, southeastern Kinney County, along an outflow boundary. Heavy rainfall, lightning and thunder just flared up. This is slowly creeping its way eastward. I do anticipate it to survive toward Highway 83 within the next hour or so. It's moving pretty slowly, kind of drifting eastward there. And right along and just west of I-35, Pearsall to Dilley, some activity popping up just west of Cotulla as well. It's fairly isolated right now. As we go through the night, we're likely to see the radar fill in. Notice by midnight is when we start to see much more activity on the radar screen. And I think between about 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. is our highest potential for heavy rainfall in and around Bexar County. And we could even have a few showers lingering through the morning commute, especially locations east of town, but even locally wouldn't surprise me. Quick 1 to 3 inches, that's possible overnight tonight. Then we'll add to it later in the week. Temperatures now low to mid 90s. A little bit cooler, Del Rio 87, some outflow boundaries there, cooling them off. Kerrville 91 degrees. Now tomorrow we start the day at 72, 40% chance in the morning. By the afternoon, just a 20% chance of a few pop-up showers, back in the low 90s. Rain chances spike again, especially Friday, off and on throughout the day, and even Saturday as well, with some rumbles of thunder mixed in, cooler near 80 then.
Okay, thank you, Adam.
All right, the Roadrunners and their chance to stay unbeaten. Would you bet on the Roadrunners in Vegas? Would you bet on the Roadrunners against Vegas?
Because they're playing UNLV, right?
Yes.
But it's a little, I think, misleading about their winless record because UNLV's played some tough teams, and I think the Roadrunners know that. They went back to work today. Can they go 5-0? We'll talk to them about what they learned about their game from Memphis, and the head coach of the Texas State Bobcats in town to talk about their season before they kick off conference play this Saturday. Coming up. The undefeated UTSA Roadrunners back on the practice field today to prepare for UNLV at home in the Dome this Saturday with a chance to go 5-0. That's after another first in the Roadrunner football program. Their biggest comeback in school history against Memphis on the road. Being down 21-0, the Roadrunners roared back to win the game 31-28 with Hunter Duplessis' game-winning 42-yard field goal. This all happened after the Roadrunners offense got off to a rough start, only to rally behind star running back Sincere McCormick, who finished with 184 yards and 3 touchdowns, earning him the Earl Campbell Tyler Rose Award National Player of the Week, with Frank Harris adding a 7-yard TD in the fourth quarter to Zachariah Franklin. What can the team take out of this incredible game?
That's a lot of things we take away from it. Offensively, we can't start that slow. I gave them 7 points. When I missed the snap and they scored, can't do that. And then just our perseverance and battling through adversity. We never blinked, we never flinched. We came out there, and defense did a great job of holding those guys offensively. We got in a routine, and we just kept on fighting, and we came out victorious.
We really were great today. Probably our best practice. I was pleasantly surprised. And it just shows you how strong our leadership council is. Those kids, those single-digit guys, have really empowered the team, and they're leading our team. And we're really shocked at the energy level. We went hard today. We went hard. Couldn't be more excited about the way we practiced today.
Apologies to Zakari. Trailer added of the 5 offensive linemen who were injured in the game against Memphis. Only 1 was back on the field today. The rest are day-to-day before kickoff on Saturday at 5. Look who is in San Antonio today. Texas State head coach Jake Spavital is a guest speaker, quarterback club. The Bobcats have been struggling this season with still battling the COVID-19 pandemic. As many as 25 players are out in the 42-34 loss to UIW. Another 19 were out in the 59-21 loss to Eastern Michigan this past week. Now they open conference play against South Alabama this Saturday.
When you have 25 guys out, 19 guys out in 2 different games, you're working your way through a lot of things. And this bye week has came at a very perfect time for us, So we're going to end up getting, close to about 15 guys back this week. And, we had a practice this morning, and these kids had tons of energy, and they're in a good spot, and they're ready to get back going again. They know the capability of what we can do. And, you look at the first 2 games of the season compared to the last 2 games of the season, we feel like we're 2 different teams.
All right, kickoff at Bobcat Stadium against South Alabama on Saturday is at 6 p.m. The Texas Longhorns are coming off their biggest win of the season to open play in the Big 12 after they outscored Texas Tech 70-35 in that victory. Casey Thompson firmly entrenched, by the way, as the Horns starting quarterback after he threw for 5 touchdowns and ran for another, turned him several honors, the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Week, the Maxwell Award Player of the Week, and the Manning Award Star of the Week. The trouble for Texas, their schedule just keeps getting rougher starting this Saturday when they face TCU and Fort Worth coming off a 42-34 loss to SMU.
We're not naive to the elephant in the room that we're 2-7 against TCU the last 9 years. And we're also not going to buy the lie that we're going to play the same TCU team that just played SMU Saturday. We're going to get a little different animal, a little different opponent Saturday. So we got to buckle up and get ready to play.
Kickoff on Saturday is set for 11 a.m. You can see the Horns and the Horned Frogs live right here on KSAT 12. Yeah, they've had their number here over the last few seasons, so it'll be interesting to see how the Horned Frogs react to that shocking loss to SMU.
Yeah, he called it the elephant in the room. It could be the Horned Frog in the room. Yeah, thanks, Greg.
Our KSAT Q&A up next. Our numbers are trending in the right direction. Things have improved over the last several months, but the reality is this pandemic is not over. So to talk about where we're headed in the upcoming months, we have Dr. Robert Leverance, Chief Medical Officer for UT Health San Antonio, joining us here this evening. Thanks so much for being with us. Let's talk about what is likely to happen. We looked at these models since this pandemic began. So what are those showing about where we could be in the months ahead with COVID-19?
Yes, like you mentioned, the good news is that we're on the downside of this most recent surge. So obviously we're all very happy about that. But there are some concerning signs in regard to a winter surge. As we all recall, our worst surge of this pandemic was last winter's surge. And there's some factors aligning that would predict that we might have a bad surge this coming winter.
So I looked at some of the metrics that this particular study looks at. It's from the University of Washington in Seattle. And it almost looks like this is the number of deaths, but when you go to cases and when you go to fast forward, it's almost like we're on a roller coaster that's going to continue to go up and down. I mean, is that your worst fear?
It absolutely is. I think we are making good progress to ultimately ending this pandemic. Of course, it's, taking longer than anybody wants, but I do think that we're making good progress. On the other hand, though, yeah, we could see a bad surge this winter. And obviously, that's not something that we would want to experience if we don't have to. I'd say the particular factors for San Antonio are a few. One is that, school's in session this year. It was not in session last year. And so we have 20% of our population, mostly unvaccinated children, gathering together indoors on a daily basis. And we know that's going to impact, the spread of COVID during the winter. In fact, we're already seeing that case because we're seeing more hospitalizations with kids. The other factor, which worries us a little bit, is last year, one of the reasons the winter surge was bad is because it really functioned as a springboard off of the summer surge. COVID rates never got back down low after the summer surge last year. Well, this year, our summer surge was not only higher, but also later in the season. And so the tail from this current surge is clearly going to extend into the fall and into the winter and act as a biologic, springboard, if you will, for a winter lift. Also combine that with the flu, which we're seeing this year already. And we had almost no flu last year. It could be a significant surge that we see over the holidays, Christmas and New Year's.
But Doctor, there are ways to get off this roller coaster.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I don't want to paint a picture of doom and gloom at all. There truly is hope. And I'd say that we could fully avert this surge, almost no question about it. However, to do that means, we would have to take some action now. And what I mean by that is, thank God, we do have a safe, very effective, affordable, free, and very available vaccine. And so, for those that have already gotten their vaccine, wonderful, thank you. And when it's your turn to get a booster, make sure that you get it and you're fully protected. I would say for those who haven't yet gotten the vaccine, that my recommendation to you folks is please reach out to a trusted healthcare person that you know, whether it's a nurse in your clinic or your doctor that takes care of you, or another healthcare provider, in your community or your church that you trust. And I ask that you reach out to them and talk to them about the COVID vaccine. I mean, under normal conditions, we entrust our well-being, even our lives, to these individuals. And I would ask that people that are hesitant or had questions to reach out to them for this. Even for myself, I have access to a lot of, information here at the university. And even for myself, I have to reach out to people that I trust. This isn't the kind of thing, this pandemic isn't the kind of thing that you can read about on the internet or even listen to a good news show and really understand it all, because it's really very complex. And so you really do need to reach out to somebody that you trust. And so for folks outside of the healthcare environment, I really do extend an invitation. Please talk to a healthcare provider that you know and you trust, and will give you a good sound advice on this matter.
We're all tired of talking about these predictions and the possibility of another surge and being on this roller coaster. But the reality is, at the same time, this pandemic is not over. There are still those who do not trust the vaccine for whatever reason. So what would your message be to people who still have doubts about the vaccine, or to people who are no longer interested in taking these precautions? They may think, well, we've weathered these previous surges just fine. We may be fine in the next one. What's your message to those folks?
I think there's two parts to making a decision about getting the vaccine. And one is, what's the magnitude of the problem? Really, what are we up against? And I'd have to say it's deceiving at times in regard to how bad this pandemic really is. As you all know, we crossed over 650,000 deaths from this pandemic thus far. That makes this pandemic the worst crisis in terms of lives lost that this nation has ever experienced in all of its history. more than any war, more than any prior pandemic, more than the Civil War, more than the 1918 flu, which were really bad. On the other hand, though, I'm not sure that it's always, it's always easy to appreciate the breadth of how bad it is. Unlike the 1918 flu, droves of people were dying in their homes. I mean, it was very obvious to people, whereas with this pandemic, it's not so obvious. You look out your window and things look pretty normal. Patients really die cloistered in a hospital amongst very fatigued healthcare workers now. And so on the one hand, I guess I would want to express to folks that truly, this is the worst crisis this nation has ever faced. We've already lost over 4,000 of our neighbors here in San Antonio. And so again, the wonderful thing is we do have a safe, an effective, a free, and an available vaccine. And so again, my message is, hey, I can understand needing to get questions answered. I had a lot of questions before I took the vaccine. And so you need to have those questions answered. But I would say get it from a source that that you can trust. And yes, you can trust the news, but different news stations report different things too. And so talk to a person that you've already entrusted your well-being in your life with in the past, and trust the information they would give you in that regard. So that would be my message.
Dr. Robert Leverance with UT Health San Antonio, thank you so much for your time. And I appreciate what you said there at the end. I mean, find somebody that you trust with your medical health, not just COVID. If it's your heart, if it's your knees, if it's your elbow, I mean, find somebody you trust and ask them the question. So I appreciate that. Thank you for your time.
You bet. Thank you.
We'll be right back. Coming up in just under 20 minutes, we're going to be live streaming a brand new episode of KSAT Explains, and we're talking highways. We all use them to get from point A to point B, but in a growing city like ours, they can be a real headache. This week's episode of KSAT Explains all about two major expansion projects on the horizon, targeting Loop 1604 and I-35. And some of the pushback these projects have received. KSAT Explains What's Driving Highways will be available to stream at 7 o'clock on KSAT.com, the KSAT TV app, and the KSAT 12 Facebook page. If you can't catch that live, we'll post this full episode later so you can watch it anytime on demand.
And when you talk about highways that give you headaches, 1604, I-35, right at the top of the list.
We picked some of the major ones.
All right, live look outside, 91 degrees, but I'm seeing some clouds start to roll in, Adam.
Yeah, those are the high blow-off clouds from some thunderstorms, and you're even seeing the tops of one thunderstorm in particular. And we have some activity on the radar screen, even a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Zavala County until 7:15 p.m. We'll take a close look at the radar, and I'll be back to time things out for you for later tonight and talk about how much rain is possible coming up.
Just a Tuesday, but we don't decide where these days land on the calendar. Today is apparently National Drink Beer Day.
All right.
Just one of the many days dedicated to one of the oldest and most popular adult beverages. Beer is also a well-known part of American history, but the history of this National Drink Beer Day, that's less clear. But it does land on the birthday of Arthur Guinness, the founder of Guinness Brewery.
All right, and it's a few days from the start of Oktoberfest. Whether you love a stout, lager, ale, or IPA, beer lovers have more options than ever before. But if drinking a beer during the week isn't for you, more beer days are coming. American Craft Beer Week, National IPA Day, National Lager Day, and International Beer Day, just to name a few.
You could have a beer week, apparently.
Now you're talking.
I'm kind of surprised Adam Caskey is being kind of a Scrooge about National Beer Day. It's like he's saying beer humbug.
Funny, hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, it was. But now we're getting somewhere with Myra saying like a week of it, especially to, you got to support your local breweries. And that's where you'll get some of your best beers. They're nice and fresh. You don't have the long distribution and whatnot. Oh, good stuff. So support the local breweries.
Better than out of your garage?
The best local brewery, Sticky Sandal. That's my garage. Because when you're brewing, it gets really sticky. So my buddy and I, our sandals will stick to the garage floor.
Yeah.
I love that.
We're lifting something heavy, and we're like, let's just call ourselves Sticky Sandal.
I like his modesty, too. The best local brewery.
I give it to you. I like the name.
Thank you. Best local name.
Okay, yeah.
Here we go. Storms likely tonight, a few inches of rain possible. We could see 1 to 3 easily in spots, and then rain chances continuing, carry on later this week. Let's get right to the radar. We've got this severe thunderstorm moving out of Maverick County into northwestern Zavala County, and that could have some hail up to about a quarter, the size of a quarter, so maybe an inch in diameter. That's just north of 57 and even along 57, approaching 83 right now. And you look at this, there's a lot of lightning with it. Of course, a lot of thunder, some very heavy rainfall within this as well. Already within this one thunderstorm, we've had over an inch of rain estimated by Doppler radar. And you look at the hail track within it over the past hour, and you see how right when it got near and into Zavala County, that hail really enhanced, and there's a lot more of it there right along 57 and just north of 57. And so the pink indicates those areas of hail over the past hour. That's moving to the northeast at 15 miles per hour, moving pretty slowly, but those of you in La Pryor, you got to watch out for that because that one's headed your way. Hopefully the main hail core just passes to your north or even weakens. But La Pryor, you're not in the warning, at least not as of now. That warning goes until 7:15. Pearsall to Dilley, a little bit of activity in and around I-35, some showers and thunderstorms. Widely separated activity out there. Nothing around San Antonio right now. You look off to the east, and we've got some showers and storms creeping northward, just north of Yorktown and just outside of Hallettsville. One little downpour that has popped up. And we expect this activity continue to fill in on the radar screen through the evening and night. And as it stands now, we think the most likely time frame for heavy rain around San Antonio is between about 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. Okay, so 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. But of course that can change as we get new outflow boundaries out there. So we'll be monitoring it and especially sending out updates and even broadcasting live on the KSAT Weather Authority app. Notice by 2 a.m. here, this particular computer model's really dousing us with some heavy rain. Of course, that timing can change a little bit, and not everybody is going to see 1 to 3 inches of rain, but the potential exists. So if you want that for your yard, your lawn, your garden, cross your fingers tonight. It's the first of several chances. So between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m., that's when we could have our heaviest rainfall, and then some lingering showers possible into the morning commute as well. Nevertheless, wet roadways, so anticipate the potential for delays tomorrow morning during the commute, even if we just have the wet roads left over. Tomorrow afternoon, just 20% chance, but what really stands out in particular, Friday and Saturday, pretty much spread out throughout the entire days, Friday and Saturday, some passing showers and thunderstorms. We have enhanced rain chances then, probably becoming pretty widespread at that point in time. Converse 93 now, Canyon Lake 89, along with Bandera, Divine now at 91 degrees. You look off to the west, some slightly cooler readings, Del Rio 87, even Junction 75 as we have those outflow boundaries. 72 in the morning. Low 90s by the afternoon, partly cloudy tomorrow. Some scattered pop-up showers and storms Thursday, but Friday and Saturday are the next real main event where we could be tallying up a few more inches of rainfall from some widespread activity.
Okay, thanks, Adam.
In case you missed it, coming up next.
Here's today's In Case You Missed It.
Good morning to you. It is Tuesday, September 28th.
And one man is recovering after a crash with multiple vehicles on the south side. Police say the man in his 20s was driving his sedan when he was hit from behind by a woman driving an SUV. The man had to be freed from his vehicle and he was taken to the hospital. The woman who was driving the SUV was arrested on suspicion of DWI.
And charged with tampering with evidence in the disappearance of Crystal Garcia, is now charged with murder.
Her death ruled a homicide after her body was found in Comal County last week. Francisco Javier Garcia Ventura was arrested after he reportedly confessed to murdering Crystal Garcia to family members, saying he beat her till she stopped breathing.
Working to learn the name of a person killed in a hit-and-run crash last night. San Antonio police also looking for the driver. They say the victim, a 41-year-old man, crossing an intersection in the 500 block of Navarro. When he was hit by a driver, he died on his way to the hospital. Witnesses told investigators the driver seemed to be aware of what happened but took off anyway.
Story for the day. Take you to San Jose, California. Car on fire, Highway 101. Police officer just happens to be driving by, and there he goes right to that car, dash dash cam video from the fire truck. You can see the officer, Pedro Garcia, approaches the car, flames coming from under the hood, and then he pulls the driver to safety, saved that man's life after he reached in there and grabbed him out of that burning car to get him to safety. The still images from his body cam show the driver, the flames, and Garcia pulling him out, and it was just in the nick of time. The driver's shoes already melted to the floorboard.
Got some breaking news that we are following just into the KSAT 12 newsroom. San Antonio Police Department responding to a shooting. This is in the 1000 block of South Chupaderas. That's on the near west side, near San Patricios and Veracruz.
Yeah, this is a live picture that you're seeing from one of our crews on the scene. You can see EMS there along with San Antonio Police. This is just east of Salazar Zamora. Give you a better idea of what we're talking about. Again, it's the 1000 block of South Chupaderas. Of course, we'll have the very latest online and on air tonight on the Night Beat. Adam.
And later tonight, we're expecting some more widespread showers and thunderstorms, especially between about 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. We'll be here monitoring and keeping you updated on air and on our weather app. Then Friday and Saturday really stand out for higher rain chances as well.
Thanks, Adam, and thanks for watching the news at 6.
See you on the Night Beat.
Defending you means exposing crime and corruption.
Who was supplying the meth to bring into the jail, and who were you giving it to? Get that scooter out of here.
Expect more investigations. Expect more answers. Expect results. KSAT 12's Defender.